Howdy. Welcome to another live stream. Let me know if this guy is snoring too much. A little pup Rolly here. And taking a look at some San Diego Comic-Con reveals. This isn't really going to be a filling you in on the news. As usual, I'm behind on what's going on, so hopefully some of you folks can fill me in on what's going on here. I guess I'll start off. I wanted to ask about that Sergeant Slaughter fan channel thing right off the bat, but I'll get to that in a few minutes. The big news. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Hey, Ken. Let me know if this guy is snoring too much. He's having a little nap here. Eternia, Origins Eternia has been announced, and it looks like all the other Origins stuff, it's a new mold, heavily inspired by the original one, and that's pretty cool. How's it going, Mark? Good to see you. Price range. What do you guys think this is going to cost? Realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if it was $1,000, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it's really, really low. Like I'm talking $200, which I think would be low for something like this, because the Origins Castle Grayskull was so much cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Hello, Chris. And another Chris. Hello there. I don't think Sarge will be... no, he's a fan channel exclusive. So just answer that so I don't forget right now. Does anyone know what that means? Because I'm not up... I'm a vintage guy. I'm not up to speed on all this new stuff. I don't know what fan channel exclusive means. I definitely want to pick up a classified Sarge. So I don't know how to do that. You got to be like a member of Hasbro Pulse or something. I'm hoping that he's released in stores, because that would be so cool to see Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe in a store again. The old Alpha, hello there. Finally catched a live stream again. Good to see you. Thank you very much. I've been doing lunch streams, but and I wasn't able to do a lunch stream today. My lunch, noon to 1, and then I realized, well, it's lunch somewhere. It's kind of like it's happy hour somewhere, right? It's lunch somewhere, so I guess the middle of North America is still having lunch. So thank you for joining for your lunch. $150. Yeah, that is really low, but I wouldn't be surprised, because Grayskull ended up being, I mean, it went on sale here for 65 Canadian all the time. It wasn't even like a rare occurrence. And then Amazon had it as well. Tons of them at Walmart and Toys R Us. And that's not just the castle. There's a figure included and all sorts of weapons and accessories. So, yeah, they can't surprise me anymore with their price. I don't know how they did it, but Mattel rocks for having, like, and the figures too. The Origins figures are regular $15 Canadian here, and they go on sale for even less sometimes. Looks pretty cool. Thinking 200 to 250 to 300. I mean, 500 I would say is reasonable for what it is. And I'm not just talking about plastic content, sculpt, detail, and all that. Mythos. I'm talking about mythos. This thing is mythic, and it's a holy grail for a lot of people who could never own the original. I don't want to own the original, quite honestly. It would be a nightmare. I have the Defiant, and it's a nightmare. I've broken it, little tiny pieces on it several times since I've gotten mine, and this thing is, by all accounts, just as fragile. So if this new Eternia is made of the new bendy plastic that the new Grayskull and Origins toys are made out of, that's absolutely perfect. Uncle Deluxe, hello there. Good to see you from the Isle of Man. Origins stuff, too bad. It won't show up in my stores like Origins. Just doesn't exist down here. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. It's just a reality of life that they can't send it everywhere. And being in Canada, growing up in Canada, I know all about that. We were always late, a year late sometimes, if ever. So I can certainly relate to that. Online buying, though, I think has really helped a lot with that. I mean, there are so many new items that we just didn't get here, and I just picked it up on either Big Bad Toy Store or eBay. So I don't even, if it doesn't come to a store, I don't even worry about it because it's really cool getting something in the mail still. I suspect it's going to be a Mattel Creations Kickstarter. Yeah, I mean, ideally, walk into a store and buy it on a shelf. That would be really cool, but that's just not. Try not to disturb this puppy. That's not the way of the world. The world has changed. Forgot to ask if my audio is okay here, so let me know if I'm too quiet or too loud. Daniel, hello there. Yo, Joe. Yeah, sounds fair. Fan channel. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I'm a fan of Big Bad Toy Store, so I don't know yet if I'm going to get it. I don't know if I have the space for it. I mean, I'm set. People sometimes ask me if I'm going to get this big thing or that big thing, and I'm like, man, if I'm not satisfied, who on this planet is? So I'm just at the point where it's like, I really am not disappointed if I don't get anything from now on, because all I got to do is look at my giant flag or Defiant or Terror Drome or this guy. You got to get to the point where you got enough and you're okay with not constantly collecting things. Almost lunchtime in Alberta. Got some family over there. Hope you folks are doing well. You just had the stampede over there. I don't know if we'll just spend the whole day today on Eternia. There's a whole bunch of other things being revealed from San Diego Comic-Con, but this is pretty big news. Oh, Canada. Hey, Micah, how's it going? Good to see you. Will, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm falling behind as always on my comments here. Haven't seen any of the new releases lately. I'm so behind. Yeah, there's just too much stuff. It's just too much. There's too much stuff, too much great stuff being released. It's impossible to keep up on the news, let alone collect it all. And so I think we did a chat about this live stream some months back. Don't collect them all. Just don't even worry about knowing it all. I enjoy coming on here and just hearing the news from you folks. It's kind of flipping the script, and instead of me filling you in, you get to fill me in, and I don't have to spend hours and hours scouring for news. Picking up the new Warriors. Is that like from the movie The Warriors? I've never actually seen that movie. I'm a big fan of the Way of the Warrior. That not necessarily everything that's labeled Warrior. A lot of things labeled Warrior I like, but I've never actually watched that original movie. Oops. Getting flickering on my screen here. I guess the comments are refreshing. Unfortunately, I don't have the real estate to house something like this. I can relate. I did a new setup here in my collection room, and I jam-packed all the shelves with some stuff that I've never had on display before, like Tron Legacy toys and Batman toys. I had them packed up for a while, and I always meant someday to display them. And with the new room, I had them out on the shelf, and the problem was I had the Defiant on the ground and the Rambo Savage Strike headquarters on the ground. There was no space, so stuff was on the carpet, and it was looking way too cluttered. With my collection room, they call it feng shui, is a big thing, and I sometimes wish it wasn't. I wish I could just have it all, jam pack it. No offense to people who can do that and enjoy it. That's awesome for you. I just, that's not me. I was coming into my room and not being happy, just looking at all the crap everywhere. And I decided to clear out the Tron and the Batman shelf and make room to put the Defiant on a shelf and the Rambo playset on a shelf and just free up the floor a little bit. And this is why I fall behind on the comments, because I go on these tangents. But less is more. That's what I've learned the last couple of weeks. Less is more. And I don't know what I'll do with those Tron toys and Batman toys. Maybe I don't know, give them away. Audio good, thank you. But yeah, I enjoy the new setup much more now that there's floor to walk around on. Hans, how are you? Greetings, gentle humans. This Eternia playset looks amazing. I hope they strengthen the railway. Gotta be. You gotta figure they've heard ad nauseum from people. Thank you. About all of the problems with the original, and that might not have even been a problem with the original one when it first came out. It's just become brittle. The Defiant, I'm sure, is much more brittle today than when it first came out. So, but I got to figure they're using that nice bendy plastic on Eternia. Gamer Bud, how you doing? Patreon tribe, represent. Danning, that Eternia looks awesome, but how are we getting this and not Snake Mountain? Interesting point. Eternia before Snake Mountain Fright Zone or Point Dread. That is a really good point. You would think that Point Dread would have been released even the same year as Grayskull. Build that thing up. But they're going for the hits, and I'm actually cool with that. As awesome as it would be for a new line to release toys in chronological order. Like, imagine if Classified were released in chronological order, starting with the 82 guys and then the 83 guys. But it's kind of a win-win. So releasing King Randor before Mechanic, can't really complain. I mean, it's win-win. Guten Tag. Wie geht es Ihnen? Greetings from Germany. Hope you're well. Thank you. I took a year of German in university. That's about all I remember. That and Ich bin ein Krankenschwester. That's from David Letterman. We all know Pixel Dan will have it. And love your attitude, appreciating what you already have. Thank you. Great lesson for me as a new collector. Wrestling Legends. Yeah, just again, I reiterate, don't worry about collecting them all. Collecting them all can actually, I don't know, who knows? Everyone's different. I'm not going to tell people, like, don't collect them all, because it'll make you unhappy, but that's pretty much where I got to. I collected so many modern wrestling figures, and that was another shelf along with the Tron and the Batman. I put them all out on a shelf, and I looked at it and went, yikes, that's a bit much. So I had to scale that back. The new toy room is almost twice as big as the old one. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be so awesome. There's so much more room for the stuff I haven't been able to display. And my big lesson is less is more. Like, just because I got more space, it doesn't make the room, for me anyway, better just because more stuff is all over the place. And very much like the original setup, it needs to all be cohesive. I was finding the Tron Legacy and Batman stuff didn't go with anything else. It was just too dark, and like I love Tron Legacy and I love Batman, but that doesn't mean it goes with bright, fun, happy stuff. This is a very bright, colorful room, and it's just a whole shelf of black or 2 shelves of black. Wasn't really going. Yeah. I would think Snake Mountain is a guarantee. It's just gotta wait. Legit impressed. They're doing Eternia, sort of the MOTU Holy Grail. I mean, you know, we should all be looking over at Hasbro now and going, well, what do you got, guys? You know, where's that flag? Hasbro just wrapped up a 4-minute Flame War stream. Right. Just as I was about to start, I saw the notification pop up, and I almost didn't start here because I thought, oh, I don't want to be going while Hasbro is going. But it was like it wasn't starting on time or something, and I saw one of the comments say that like, are they starting or not, or what's the delay? So I just figured I'd jump on. Ultimate Warrior. So there's a new Ultimate Warrior figure. I got so many of them. I love seeing the new ones, but I have no desire to buy another Ultimate Warrior figure ever again. I'm good. I'm all set. If I do, it might be because they've made a better version of something I already have, like an iconic look, like the WrestleMania 6 outfit. But yeah, they can go on and on forever with Ultimate Warrior and Randy Savage, but I'm satisfied. Survivor Series Elite coming out, and WrestleMania 7 Ultimate Edition. They already Ultimate Edition. They already made the WrestleMania 7 outfit a few years ago, which I have. So that would be a better version, but I don't know if I can justify the extra money because the Ultimates are expensive here, if you can even find them. So I like the one I got. Warrior University, that'd be a great playset. Packed with Destrucity. My first, I forgot to mention, actually, that I'm rocking the a brand new Hitman t-shirt there. Yeah, I didn't expect this to turn into like an Eternia chat, but maybe I'll hop back on over the next little while to talk about everything else going on at San Diego Comic-Con. But there's definitely a lot to say about this thing. Indeed, a lot of product out there. Don't collect everything. Companies don't have your best interest in mind. People who work at those companies are real people, and a lot of them are really good people. Maybe some people at the top aren't the best, but there's a lot of people who are trying to feed their children working there, and I just have a hard time trashing a company as a whole because I just see too many individuals there. Can't do the all or nothing thing when I'm talking about a company. This playset is a monster, and it was nice to see all the G.I. Joe reveals as well. Consume. Where's my Roddy Piper, John Nada figure? Or George Nada. I just found that out a few months ago. Some people think his name is George too. Consume, Obey. Great movie. Mega Construct, Snake Mountain is glorious. So there you go. Everyone whining and complaining about Snake Mountain. You got a Snake Mountain. What are you complaining about? That probably just frustrates them even more. Like, that's not the Snake Mountain they wanted. Nikki 6, I don't know who that is. Once again, I don't know why these are so dark. These are very slightly tinted, which help a lot with brightness and stuff. I've got an headache issue, and the blue tints really help a lot with it. But Again, I guess it depends on where I'm looking. If the light's going right through it, you can see the proper tint, but with my head down, they look like sunglasses. None of my Origins collection has been opened, basically sitting in large bins, and they look fantastic. Not opened. I got a wall of Origins on them, and they look just like vintage He-Man figures. I think it's so cool to be able to have a vintage He-Man collection on the cheap. Okay, buddy? What's up? He's starting to stir. I'm not getting it, but it looks cool. That's the right attitude. I have learned to be patient collector, plan and make a budget. Also, keep it to things you love. That's so important. I love Sean Fuster's collection because every single thing means something. It's just so special. Awesome to be able to do that. I used to have that, kind of, and then it just kind of kept growing and growing. And I was talking about it earlier. Like, I like Tron Legacy. I love the movie. The figures are cool, but they just weren't special enough to be part of all the other special stuff. So that's why they're not in there anymore. Jay from GDL, is that Geek Dad Life, said the rails are sturdier. That's good. Let's go, buddy. Going to get He-Man, Skeletor, their respective steeds, and their bases being Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. You getting bored here? Almost everyone I know who bought Origins Castle Grayskull already had a vintage one. Guilty. But this Eternia set fills a hole for a lot of collectors. Yeah, man. That's awesome that people get to have something. I mean, it might even be better. Is that okay to say? It might be better than the original. Definitely if it's sturdier and complete and mint new and cheap. Isn't it better? I don't know. If I was offered both of them, I guess I would go with the original and sell it and buy a new Eternia and use the extra money for something else. I don't know. Speaking of German, I watched a World War II movie about Germans on a U-boat, and it was so good you might have a heart attack with how tense some of the scenes are. Gaz, good to see you. It's awesome, Steve Glosson. Good to see you, good brother. We need to chat about wrestling. It's been too long. They did a quick Transformers announcement about some shattered glass figures. Okay. I'm not really all that concerned about new Transformers. I'm actually, I'm most interested in new third-party Transformers. I think the third-party companies are rocking it with mostly Masterpiece scale is what I collect. Thank you. I think the Transformer stream was happening, but had a delay or something. Oh, I'm way too far behind here. Sorry, guys. Let's try to get caught up here. Transformers Prime Trilogy went for a complete set. Maybe missed 3 guys. Matthew, good to see you, man. Good chatting with you last night. Had a great chat with the Patreon tribe last night, roundtable, talking about the HIST classified. Thank you very much. Excellence of execution, best there is, was, ever will be. Off topic, what do you think about Takara Tomy Diaclone reboot line? First I'm hearing of it, so thanks for the heads up. Cool. Everything is going to get rebooted and re-released eventually. That's just the way of the world. I'm sure I'm going to get rebooted and re-released. It's about time. I don't know what else to say. Not a fan of his niece, Natty. Oh, that thing. I don't know. I cut the hearts a lot of slack, especially like Natalia seems like such a great person. So many people who have been through tough stuff have talked about what a big heart you know, a heart, not H-A-R-T she has. Beyond the Eternia playset, I really dig that they're making all the different era He-Mans. Happy that they have Netflix MOTU on display. Means there will be another season. It's a great show. Loved watching it with my kids. Good job, Mattel. And everyone who is angered by those words, leave them alone. All right? Leave them alone. Let people love what they love. Don't trash them. Don't threaten them. That's I really liked parts of the Netflix He-Man, so I'm looking forward to more. Nikki Six, bass player from Motley Crue. Oh, cool. I was going more for Gowan, but what can you do? Haven't seen Origins figure in store for over a year. Come to Ontario if you want to build a Ram Man. Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of Ram Man and Clamp Champ. Yeah, we just haven't gotten the new figures, but the Wind Raider did show up a while back in Stridor and the Flocked Panther. So we got the boxed beasts, vehicles, stuff. I wear my sunglasses at night. Corey Hart, another Canadian, is turning into a Canucks stream. Have you seen the new Motor Master? They did some neat engineering with Minosaur mode and how different Stunticons fit into them. No, I saw the yellow, was it drag strip? Legacy drag strip, I think, at Toys R Us. And I looked over the box wondering, like, are they doing Minosaur? And that I didn't see any mention of Minosaur, and I thought, oh, I really hope this connects. Why would you make drag strip and not have him be part of Minosaur? So that's cool that they're actually going to do that. I haven't seen him yet, but that's a tricky one to do because Motor Master is basically a triple changer. Got to look good in robot and truck mode and then be like a good torso for Minosaur. Eternia Vintage, in my opinion, is the holy grail for MOTU collectors. Yeah, I mean, what else is there? It's not Grayskull. It's not really Snake Mountain. MOTU is an easy one, I think. It's kind of like in G.I. Joe, I could see how there'd be a debate over whether it's the Flag or the Defiant. You know, but in MOTU, it's Eternia. Oh, look who showed up again. You got a lot of guts coming here after what you pulled on, huh? It's my old nemesis from Japan, the big heel, Danny Blanchard, the originator of the slingshot suplex, the slingshot sleeper, and the slingshot scorpion deathlock. Thank you. Appreciate it. Big Heel says, strictly waiting to see if Hasbro shows me more of its Nerf Aliens pulse rifle. That thing looks cool. And it's too bad they couldn't make it in its correct colors, but going with the power loader, yellow and black motif was clever. Is that Eternia place? Yes, it is. That was the big news from San Diego Comic-Con. They're doing an Origins Eternia. Sounds like it'll be, you got to order it from Mattel, but it's coming. Eternia playset looks amazing, but I don't have the room. Yeah, a lot of people have that sentiment. Power to our Canadian brethren. Connection of drag strip, actually like some magic stuff. I'm going to hit all these comments here. Let's talk Ramen Toy. Has anyone got a shipping notice for Quicksilver, who's in for Apache Commander? Stuff looks awesome. The Quicksilver looks great. If you want the Centurion that never got made in the old days, there's still a few days left to order Apache Commander, aka, or I should say, greatly inspired by John Thunder. So they're doing a new one. One was a 6-inch scale, John Thunder, 1/12 scale. And this can be a little confusing for some people who just look at pictures and don't read, but they're also doing a big John Thunder that'll be the same size and look very much in the style of the original big Centurions. So yeah, Ramen Toy is, they're saying if they don't get enough pre-orders for them, they just won't do it. So heads up on that. With the reboot of 80s action figures on the rise, what's your favorite toy reboot at the moment? G.I. Joe Classified, Origins, or Studio Series? They're all so good. It's hard to pick a favorite. I don't know, man. That might be a three-way tie. Transformers Studio is the toys I wanted in '86. That's like, I see those and I think that's my dream Transformers line. I wish I could have bought after I saw the movie. They're affordable. They look fantastic, easy to transform and fun. Classified is where G.I. Joe should have gone. The evolution of G.I. Joe. They look awesome, especially now that they're looking a little more like the original designs. And then Origins, I just love that they're the originals, but better. They're actually, in my opinion, better and affordable, and kids love them. I've given them to some kids, and a kid with an Origins figure today is like kids were with original He-Man 30, 40 years ago. So I don't know. It's a three-way tie for me. Anyone interested in the selfie figures? I'm relatively sure I'll be getting one. That's really cool that Hasbro's offering those. I guess you send in pictures and they'll send you not just a head. Apparently, like, you get to pick the body that you want the head on. So the options are, is it like Stormtrooper, Mandalorian? There's quite a few different options, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong here. And I don't think it'll be all that expensive either. And it'll be an official Hasbro figure. How amazing is that? So, instead of just 3D printing your own or getting a custom cast or something done, or a figure that kind of looks like you can get an official Hasbro figure. It's kind of what Steel Brigade should have been. I remember ordering Steel Brigade G.I. Joe, and when it showed up, I was like, what is this? This isn't me. I thought the helmet was a cop-out. So now you actually get to be your own official Hasbro figure. And I don't know if I'll get one. I don't know if I'm really interested in owning a figure of myself. I did a figure of myself years ago for a movie I did, because I wanted to do like a joke toy commercial. I wanted to have it was like a show and have a commercial break with toys of the characters in the movie I did. So I made up this figure of me because I played a character in it. And it's just not something I've had out on display. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like actors, right? When you ask an actor about their movie and some of them say, I don't watch my movies. It's like Harrison Ford doesn't watch his movies. He doesn't have merchandise of himself. It's just kind of weird. Flag or Defiant would be cool. I'd go for the original headquarters. Imagine if they did a gigantic headquarters, like a 7-foot long G.I. Joe headquarters that could actually hold all of the 82, 83, 84 vehicles. Thank you for watching, hanging out. Wish I could have made it to San Diego Comic-Con. Could always use some new toys to open up on my channel. Love to see some Aliens props for sure. Haya did a great job on the Aliens figures. They certainly did. He's still collecting Origins. I get the occasional figure here and there from Big Bad Toy Store. They stopped showing up here in stores. Like we mentioned earlier, they haven't been on shelves or pegs here in months. But the special ones I get, he's out of reach. I can't get him because of the Rolly dog. But the Horde Trooper, I picked up a Horde Trooper and a Sorceress from Big Bad Toy Store because I wanted a carded Sorceress, and it looks so much like the original one. Transformers Studio is one of the main things that got me into buying Transformers again. I like that it's basically a scaled down, cheaper masterpiece line. In an interview with Ace of Ramen Toy, to showcase the mask third party. Oh, is an interview. When I first saw them, I started throwing money at my screen, but nothing happened. We've chatted about it before. He dropped hints about it in a previous live stream we did. Yeah, sure. If timelines all line up, Ace is a dangerous man. He is making so much unfinished business. It's crazy. He might be taking over the title of King of Unfinished Business from Super 7, because like everything he does, I just go, yes. And his Thunderhawk looks incredible. It looks like it should have looked in the first place. Everything, his 80s commanders, all this stuff looks fantastic. And the Silverhawks look fantastic. Yeah, they're doing some good stuff there. There is an Origins Sunman 3-pack available on Target for pre-order. Pre-order He-Man so fast. Heard the G.I. Joe fan club is returning. That's interesting. Where you can get a set of dog tags and many extras similar to the old days. Interesting. I remember when they closed down, they were selling a bunch of those clamshell cases, and I wanted to buy a bunch of them. They went on clearance. They were so cheap, but the shipping to Canada was insane, so I ended up not being able to get any. Did I skip over a bunch here? Sorry if I missed a whole bunch of messages here. This screen keeps like flickering when new messages come in, and it just the same old story. I just end up in a new spot in the messages. They're really doing all the versions of He-Man from all the media. Makes me hope they do movie He-Man Origins. Hello, Stephanie. Good to see you. And okay. We spent 37 minutes talking about Eternia. Let's touch on a couple of other things. This good old Hero is joining the Masterverse line. I'm thinking that's the Netflix design. Yeah. And every time I see a Hero figure, I got to check the color of the crystal, because when they did them in Classics, he had, I think it was 3 different colors of crystal, and it was blind pack. You didn't know what color you were going to get. I've got a carded Hero, and you can sort of look through the packaging, and just if you have a flashlight shining on the other end of it, you can kind of see what color it is. I don't remember what color I have, but like there's a way of finding out what color you have if you haven't opened your Classics Hero. But it looks like they're just going to stick with green. I think green looks the best. That's Hero. I do love that many third-party creators and customizers are getting involved in making great toys. Yeah. What else we got here? John Cena, Hot Toys Peacemaker figure. I'm all out of space when it comes to 6 scale figures. But attachable tongue? Are you kidding me? You can actually stick the tongue in his mouth. That's amazing. Certainly is nice to just take a look and see what they're doing here. What? Goulet. Ron Burgundy is getting... Is this a... I don't know what that is. I thought it was a Ron Burgundy figure announcement. Boba Fett. Thing Toys. Okay. So they did McCready, which was amazing. Oh, some classic movie horror figures. Ugh. Sorry if you just had lunch. Thing is still the most disgusting, gross movie I've ever seen in my life. That's horrible. Poor Husky. Yeah, I pass on the gross, creepy Thing stuff. I like having a McCready figure, but I don't need the actual Thing. Teen Wolf Animated figure. That looks cool. Thing toys. Crazy with the detail they can capture. And this looks like, what's this guy's deal? It's a, I don't remember what this lino is from. He's, is it like an evil Mumra lino? Huh, I don't know. Go back here. Oops. Go forward. Next page. Gremlins. Tons of different movie figures. Still doing Star Wars. There's another picture of Eternia. It is humongous. Humongous. That is going to take up so much space. That looks like it takes up more space than the Defiant, I believe. Those are 5-inch figures. It's super tall too, so it's not like you can stick it on a shelf. Like, how tall is this? 4 feet tall, maybe? Humongous. New Masterverse figures. Obi Kenobi. Cool. Let's go over to some Transformers news. Mentioned earlier that they had some reveals today. There's that new Metroplex that they're doing. Heard about a color changing line. Oh, right, Hook Mountain. I remember hearing that now. Yeah, that was a Hook Mountain ice lino, I guess. Here's that Metroplex that looks like he should transform into a miter saw. And cool. HasLab Victory Saber. On display at San Diego Comic-Con. Man, that looks fantastic. Wish I had the space. Yeah, it looks fantastic. And this looks like a Legends, a lot of Legends stuff coming out for Transformers, Legend scale, miniature stuff. That'll solve your space problem. But then you got a clutter problem. The Legends look cool, but if you put 100 of them all on a shelf, I don't know. Do you think that looks good or maybe too busy? Fallen Optimus Prime, and we still aren't getting Hate Plague Protective Coating Optimus Prime. Can someone please just do a either silver or chrome Optimus Prime so we can get Prime from the Return of Optimus Prime? It's really weird that we're getting these figures of characters that have just been on screen for literally a couple seconds sometimes. Like, how many reformat Megatrons have we gotten? He's literally on screen for less than 30 seconds. But no Hate Plague Optimus Prime, which I just think is a great evolution of the look of Optimus Prime. Like, he's an actual shining white knight. But we've never gotten a chrome Optimus Prime. Shattered Glass. Studio Series Wheelie. Oh, cool. So the Studio Series Grimlock came with a wheelie, but I don't believe it transforms. So they're going to do one on his own. It's nice that they're continuing with the Studio Series. I feel like they just run through the different lines so quick at Hasbro. Like, Earthrise was great, and before you know it, it was over. And then Kingdom, like, everything just lasts 1 year. So I'm happy that Studio Series is continuing. 6-shot. Amazon Prime Day. That's cool. You getting a little restless there? Huh? 3-0 Transformers, the MDLX. Those look cool. And that's it for Transformers. And over on his tank, that's a cool shot. Mindbender with the bats. Who's getting the HasLab hiss? That thing looks incredible. Just it's the ultimate hiss tank. All right. So yeah, we got that question answered earlier. Sergeant Slaughter is going to be a fan channel exclusive, which means order them online. Different retailers like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, I think, was one of the other options. Does anyone know for sure if he's going to be sold in stores? Would be nice if he made it to retail as well. The Hiss tank has had a whole bunch of those tiers unlocked, so you're getting like extra armament, extra figures. That's really, really awesome for anyone who loves Cobra and loves the Hiss tank. The thing funded in, was it like 4 hours or something? Mind-blowing. So hopefully that means more HasLab GI Joe. The Sky Striker funded. It didn't make it to all the tiers. Man, I really wanted that mustard and ketchup deck crew guys. Who knows? Maybe Operation Recall can do a mustard and ketchup figure. Speaking of Operation Recall, if you don't know, Carson Metaxas, who does 3D Joes, which is the ultimate G.I. Joe resource online, most beautiful pictures of all the figures and artwork. He's doing some figures which are designed by you folks. He took submissions and he got the old gang back together. He got the band back together. The guys who made G.I. Joe in the 80s, he got them all back together. Ron Rudat and Larry Hama and all the other guys too. Sorry if I am not naming every single member, but every guy who made figures from the 80s, he got them back together and they went through submissions and picked their favorites. And now you're getting, they're not officially called G.I. Joe, but they look and feel right. There's something that they got that inherent Joe-ness about them, even if they're not G.I. Joes in name. I think they'll display, and they're O-rings too. So I think they'll go just really well with vintage G.I. Joe figures. And that Kickstarter is coming to a close. So just about another week or so, I believe, on it. Mecha Man Blade, hello there. Found the Target exclusive 4-pack today with Goldbug and Ransack. Cool. With that Hiss tank, you're getting 4 or 5 figures plus a Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. Yeah, I mean, if you want to part it out, like Matthew, who was in the chat a little earlier, is doing with his HasLab Sky Strikers, you might be able to make your money back or close to your money back just by selling the figures, cover the cost of the thing, or vice versa, sell the tank and keep the figures. Operation Recall and Longbow. Longbow's another great project too. Yep. Very retro feeling. Oh, cool. Megatron Flak Cannon. That's a really interesting idea. It's a custom. Very cool idea. 25th anniversary. I think that's it for the San Diego Comic-Con news. You think we're going to see classified Serpentor? I was hoping they would reveal classified Serpentor at G.I. Joe June, Yojo June, and they didn't. So maybe San Diego Comic-Con is where they'll drop the news. Alrighty. I think it's time for me to take this little guy out, get some fresh air, and get second lunch into him before first dinner. So that's it for now. And I'm sure, like, this is just Thursday, and San Diego Comic-Con is like a all weekend thing, right? So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more news, and if I got time, I'll try to hop back on here to chat with you all about the hits, the misses, and everything in between. Eric says, I heard you mention Mask Thunderhawk. Is that coming? New line or re-release? So no, it's not official Mask Thunderhawk, but Ramen Toy is doing something that looks a lot like it. They're not allowed to call it Mask Thunderhawk, but I mean, it's kind of like the third-party Transformers. It's heavily inspired by the original, and it looks a little more like a real, was it a Camaro IROC, the original car? The original Thunderhawk kind of is squished and looks toy-like because it's a toy, but it was weird because other Mask vehicles, where's my Mask stuff? It's right up here and behind me. Other Mask vehicles look realistic, like Rhino looks like an actual real truck. Thunderhawk, the toy, didn't really look like an IROC to me. It looks squished. So Ramen is doing something, I think, that looks a little more like a real IROC. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Hey, good to see you. Hello and goodbye. Thank you. Good chatting with you, Hans. Thank you, Chris. VidZombie, hello and goodbye. Thank you very much. Oops, I want to hit all these comments before I head out. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's lunch somewhere. I should just do one for like 5 hours straight and kind of join everyone for their lunches as the time zones go by. Have a great day. Thank you very much. I haven't done this in a while. Nerd must stay. And thank you, Draws. Have a great day. Thank you very much, Micah. Thank you. So nice to see all these friendly, familiar names. Thank you for answering last minute answer. Hey, anytime, man. Thank you. Have a good day, Matthew. Best lunch. Oh, man, that's very nice of you. Thank you. And this guy, oh, I don't want to disturb you too much, but this guy wants to say goodbye. You say goodbye, Rolly. Do your paw wave. He waves like this to people as they drive by when we go on walks. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right, folks. Have yourself a great day. Take care. Goodbye. See ya.